Now at noon, a Republican Oregon state senator announces another bid for governor. The rematch that could happen and what the announcement means for the future of Oregon's Republican Party. Plus, a suspicious fire breaks out at the home of a Portland city councilor. What officials are saying about the investigation. Then, the latest on Hurricane Melissa as it barrels its way towards Jamaica and leaves destruction across the Caribbean. And later.
Well, we love the Grateful Dead. Grateful Dead is my favorite band, as many of us do like this. We're obviously Duck fans, lifelong, multi-generational. This is a cross collection of everything that we love, so our worlds have collided on this weekend.
The Oregon Ducks playing tribute to the Grateful Dead as the Grateful Ducks. So we'll take a look back at UO's tie-dye filled game against Wisconsin this weekend.
I announce my candidacy for governor of the great state of Oregon.
It was an announcement that many expected. State Senator Christine Drazen is running for governor once again. She kicked off the campaign in Northwest Portland at Gundar Marine and Iron. Thank you for joining us. I'm China Green. Drazen lost to Democrat Tina Kotek in a tight race back in 2022, but she's hoping this time will be different. KGW Celine Stevens was there when Drazen made that announcement moments ago. So Celine, what did Drazen have to say about her plans?
China, yeah, she made that announcement less than an hour ago. Drazen saying she plans to grow the economy, lower costs and taxes, and increase police. Now, she says she's going to make Oregon #1 and says they will make it a great place to grow families, get a world-class education, help people get sober, and more. Drazen claiming during her speech that while Governor Tina Kotek might be in charge, the state is out of control. She says families have been working harder, yet have still been falling behind in recent times, but says things would be different with her in charge.
I am from this place, and like you, I have chosen to stay through wins and losses. I've stayed, and I've worked, and I have decided not to give up. I have decided to keep fighting for the future. I reached across the aisle when I could. I stood my ground when I had to. Because it is not about parties, it is not about partisanship. It's about you. It's about your families. Your livelihoods matter.
So Marion County Commissioner Danielle Bethel is also running as a Republican, and now Oregon has not elected a Republican for governor since 1982. I'll have more later today at 4 about Drazen's vision and what impact this could have on Oregon. But for right now, back to you.
Our Celine Stevens reporting live from Northwest Portland this afternoon. Thank you, Celine. Portland fire officials are investigating a possible case of arson after the home of City Councilor Candace Avalos caught fire over the weekend. She says that she woke up to her home, car, and carport on fire just after 2:30 a.m. on Sunday. She was able to get out safely. She told KGW she is thankful for the quick action from firefighters who helped put out the flames. Mayor Keith Wilson and the rest of the city council put out a statement saying, quote, as public servants, we each stepped forward to serve Portland, and today we stand united in support of our colleague. We are working closely with Councilor Avalos to provide her with the resources and security she needs. Portland fire officials say that they are investigating the fire as arson, and anyone with information should contact them. Meantime, deputies in Clark County are looking for the person who shot and killed a man in the parking lot of an apartment complex in Northeast Vancouver. Investigators say the man was found dead in front of a seat in the front seat of a car near Northeast 19th Avenue and 94th Street just before 8 o'clock Sunday morning. Witnesses say that they saw two men wearing masks and going back and forth between the victim's car and a red Lexus before they took off and headed south on I-5 into Portland. So deputies are looking for a dark red Lexus ES 350 with a shattered rear window and rear end damage. Police in Vancouver are looking for a man that they say assaulted a woman jogging Sunday morning. After 7 a.m., the woman told police that a man on a bike rode up to her where she was jogging on Southeast 99th Avenue in Vancouver. She says that he knocked her to the ground and assaulted her. Now, she was able to fight him off, but he got away on his bike. They say that they're looking for a younger man who was wearing black jeans and a gray hoodie. Hurricane Melissa is now powerful Category 5 storm and has already claimed at least 4 lives in the Caribbean. It's now heading towards Jamaica, where it's expected to be the strongest storm ever to hit the island. NBC's George Salas is in Jamaica with the latest.
Conditions here in Jamaica continue to fluctuate. Any moment you do see some heavy rain and wind start to pick up. Right now it is calm, and a lot of people taking that time to make those last-minute preparations. For instance, here you can see this building trying to fortify their doors with some sandbags here in anticipation of some of that flooding that is expected with this very strong Category 5 storm. Again, where it makes landfall is still anyone's guess. Officials urging everyone, if you haven't already found a safe place, to do so. Also, in some of these low-lying areas that typically tend to flood, evacuation orders are in place. These are now mandatory. We actually saw some buses staging in some of these communities. Not many people still getting on them. Some saying they are going to ride out this storm in their homes as they've been accustomed to. Officials also briefing the public daily. The messaging pretty clear, though, whether you're a tourist or whether you're a local here. This is a time to band together to ride out this storm because they anticipate this to be historic. We've been talking about the catastrophic rainfall, the potential for rock slides, mudslides. It could get very ugly here, especially with how slow this storm has been moving. The emergency shelters here across the island are now open. Not many of them full yet, but officials expect that could change in the coming hours. Back to you.
Headed over to Rod Hill now. Rod, you're also tracking it on your end.
Yeah, obviously Category 5, to say it's a monster storm is redundant, but here is the very impressive imagery. There's the eye. That's 10 nautical miles in diameter, by the way. And again, it's right around the eye, or the empty circle or dot you see. That's where the strongest winds are measured. The eye wall eyes, the last Air Force reconnaissance trip this morning, 175 miles sustained. Now, the center of the storm is about 100 miles south of Jamaica. The current track takes us over the western tip of the island, our time around 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, and at that time still projected to hold Category 5 intensity with winds of about 160 miles per hour, the 20 to 30, even isolated amounts of 40 inches of rain, all still in the forecast with Hurricane Melissa. Wow. All right, here we are. We're trying to see an improving day. We had heavy showers this morning. This is what's on radar right now. A little bit of rain up around Long Beach. Portland downtown dry and partly cloudy. There are some showers off to the east side. Everything is still pushing as it develops up over into the Cascades. So the valley's pretty dry right now. There are just a few scattered showers around. Still snowing up at Timberline. Amounts right around 20 inches on average at Meadows and Timberline. Wow. Passes, by the way, are fine right now, meaning they're clean, no snow. Here's our beautiful state capitol and the fall foliage there around the Capitol Mall. Salem getting a little bit of sun. Portland partly cloudy. We're currently seeing temperatures in the 40s to about 50 degrees outside. We track to be up into the mid 50s at 4 o'clock this afternoon with a mainly dry afternoon with that lingering spotty shower chance. Okay, your complete 7 days coming up. China?
Thank you, Rod. We continue to monitor the ICE facility in South Portland and the ongoing protest outside the building. Portland police say they made 2 arrests there last night for harassment. We saw a smaller crowd on Saturday, but police say they arrested 3 people that day, including 2 accused of repeatedly blocking traffic. And we are still waiting for updates on the possible deployment of the National Guard to Portland. The 9th Circuit Court of Appeals has put the ruling that allows troops on hold while it determines whether a larger panel of judges should hear the case. Meanwhile, the judge here in Portland, Judge Karen Immerget, is now also weighing whether to lift a second temporary restraining order. And while she indicated a decision by today, that could be pushed back given what's going on with the 9th Circuit.
There's nothing more important to the league and its fans than the integrity of the competition. And so I had a pit in my stomach.
So that was NBA Commissioner Adam Silver speaking out for the first time since the FBI arrested Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups and dozens of others on gambling charges. Meanwhile, a bipartisan group of lawmakers in Congress say it wants to hear from the NBA's commissioner about charges. The FBI arrested 34 people altogether last Thursday, including Billups. He's indicted in connection with 2 separate federal gambling investigations. 6 members of Congress asked Adam Silver to provide them with a briefing by this Friday. The group also asked Silver to explain the actions the league intends to take to limit inside information being used for illegal purposes, to evaluate whether the NBA's code of conduct for players and coaches effectively prohibits illegal activity, and to outline whether and how the league is reevaluating its existing partnership with sports betting companies. Meantime, Blazers fans are still reeling from Billups' arrest last week. The day after his arrest, fans came out to the Moda Center to watch the Blazers take on the Warriors under interim head coach Tiago Splitter, saying that they wanted to show their support.
We love our Blazers, and so no matter what happens, we got to be here for them.
I'm here for the team, not a certain individual.
I think Chauncey Billups is gone, and I can't think of him right now. I've got to think of the Blazers. I hope he has good family, good lawyers.
Billups' attorney shared a statement denying the allegations. He said Billups would not jeopardize his Hall of Fame legacy, his reputation, and his freedom for anything, let alone a card game.